Today I have a fascinating video for you. In today's video, we are talking to Dr. Kankau, a scientist, anti-aging authority, and professor of cell biology and molecular genetics at the University of Maryland. Dr. Kankau, by accident, discovered that a common dye called methylene blue has incredible anti-aging properties for human skin. Some actually say that this common dye is even more powerful than what we know as the gold standard in anti-aging, tretinoin or retin A. Hello, Dr. Kau. It's so great to have you on the channel. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Would you please introduce yourself and tell us just a little bit about your background?
Sure, happy to. So my name is Ken Tao. I'm a professor at the University of Maryland. I study a premature aging disease called progeria in my research laboratory at the University of Maryland. I'm also the founder and the CSO of a biotech company called Blue Labs. Blue Labs specializes in making methylene blue-based skincare products. Our brand is called Blueling.
Now, you just mentioned methylene blue, so let's get right into it. So as I understand, you discovered that this common dye has some incredible skin properties. So tell us a little bit about how you discovered that and what are the skin properties it has?
Great question. So methylene blue is a man-made, I didn't make it, man-made chemical, which was made in 1876, I believe. So it has been around for over 150 years. It has been used commonly in the laboratory as a dye and also in medicine. In medicine, it has been used at a high dosage as a placebo to trace because of its blue color, and also as an active, for example, to treat malaria for its antibacterial, antifungal effect, and also to treat recently Alzheimer's disease in the phase 2 clinical trial for its antioxidant property. So the research I have been doing is on progeria, which is an accelerated aging disease. And the material we have in the laboratory are the skin cells from the patients. There are very few. We have about 200 patients, maybe I can be wrong, but it's in the same, around that area, 200 patients worldwide. So as you can imagine, these are very precious material. We have a little bit of their skin cells as a system, as a model for us to find a treatment for this disease. And what we have seen is a very severe mitochondrial defects in this accelerated aging skin cells. So those, as you may know, mitochondria are considered the energy production machinery for the cells. And if they go wrong, the cells are not going to be very healthy. And mitochondrial dysfunction and mutations are associated with human aging and human age-related diseases. So I was actively searching for a mitochondrial drug. That's how I stepped upon methylene blue. And we also used normal skin cells as control for progeria patient skin cells. What my research have shown, which published in Aging Cell in 2016, is we see methylene blue benefited both our controls and as well as the progeria skin cells. And we found methylene blue can actually do so many things after we then later on used 3D bioengineered skin from the normal cells. And we have the epidermis, dermis, just as you can imagine, a normal skin section. And we studied how methylene blue can help the skin cells, our skin. So what we have found, I can list a few like benefits. So the first one is we find after only in 2 weeks, if you put a very small dosage of methylene blue into that skin, and the collagen and the elastin, those are the healthy looking youth fibers under our skin, their amount are doubled.
Wow.
And yeah, then we see the hydration of the skin and the lipid, like metabolism, everything was promoted, become much healthier, and the skin hydration is improved. If we cut the skin open and to look for the recovery, which we call a wound healing assay, we find that the skin's being primed or treated with methylene blue is recovered much faster than the skin without methylene blue protection. And we also find that overall methylene blue can promote the skin cells proliferation and also reduce the overall cellular stress, which we call reactive oxygen species, the amount, ROS amount.
Wow, that is fascinating. Do we understand? I'm sure you do. I don't. But do you understand how it works? How this common dye, how it facilitates these changes?
Well, this is an excellent question. I hope I do absolutely, but I guess that the answer is yes and no. So the yes part, what we know from the beginning, we know it was used as a mitochondrial drug. That's how I initially was using methylene blue. And the methylene blue is an antioxidant. So it has an oxidized form and a reduced form. The oxidized form gives methylene blue the blue color. The reduced one is colorless. So it's MBH2. And it can switch from the oxidized and the reduced form very easily. And the redox, the gap, the energy gap between these two is almost the same as our endogenous antioxidant, like our cells produce, like NAD, NADH, this type of. And so methylene blue can basically jump into their spectrum and doing things with them. And the other fun part of methylene blue is a very soluble molecule. So it can get into the lipid easily. It can also enter the water phase. So there is no barrier for methylene blue. So once you add methylene blue to the cells, you can see it get into the nucleus. It gets into the mitochondria. And inside the mitochondria, as we know, there is electron transport to produce energy by the mitochondria. And those electrons often get released and bind to oxygen, then become superoxide. That's the primary cause of our cellular, we call oxidation, which oxidize our protein, oxidize our DNA for mutation, oxidize the protein for pigmentations and causing aging and other, even cancer. So once the electrons is released, become free, it's very dangerous or bad for our cells. But if methylene blue sits there, it will capture those electrons. And it also will donate it out when it's needed. So I view methylene blue inside the mitochondria as a kind of a lubricator or a catalyzer. So we don't need a huge amount of it because it can always receive and donate, but it sits there and help to prevent electron leakage and make sure the energy production is smoother. Actually, I forgot to mention methylene blue treated cells actually produce more ATP than the cells without methylene blue treatment. But that's only the part of the story of methylene blue. The reason I initially thought I know everything about methylene blue until last year, we also published another research article in Nature Scientific Reports. In that article, we found methylene blue can absorb a broad spectrum of UVs, from UVA to UVB. We know UVB is very harmful for our skin. That's how we have the SPF and the sunscreen products. And the UVA methylene blue not only can absorb it, it can also combat its post-UVA effect, like the oxidations, the ROS. And the most importantly is methylene blue is not like a rare chemical. People use it all the time. For example, in aquarium, And it has been used as one of the most popular aquarium cleaner. And I heard if you just squeeze a big dosage of methylene blue into your aquarium, like you can protect the fish eggs from wounds and from bacterial infection. Actually, you have a much successful rate of recovering those little fish, which I think this is an important aspect of methylene blue because the currently widely used chemical in sunscreen is called oxybenzone. Mm-hmm. Oxybenzone has been shown to be harmful to sea creatures, especially our sea, we call rainforest of the sea, the coral reefs. So we did a side-by-side experiment in the publication, the scientific report in 2021. So we found in 7 days, oxybenzone can kill the corals. We put it in a little aquarium, but in the same aquarium, same setting, same condition, we have methylene blue treated coral. They look so happy.
Wow, so that is incredible. So I said in my intro that some people say that methylene blue is possibly more powerful than retin A. Now, listening to you talk, because retin A we know as the gold standard in anti-aging, or tretinoin, but listening to you talk, it definitely sounds like it has quite a bit up on retin A because it has so many different benefits. So how would you say that it is definitely something that is even better as far as the gold standard in anti-aging than what we know, tretinoin?
Wow, this is a challenging question, I would say. So I am a scientist. I do not claim things I have not seen, and that's how we do it. So the skin line Blue we developed now, we have about 10 SKUs. Everything we have done there have been tested in the laboratory, in the skin cells, so we know it's beneficial. So what I can say about retinol is we actually did a side-by-side comparison of vitamin A and methylene blue on human skin fibroblasts. We tried young fibroblasts, we tried old fibroblasts, we tried male, female. So we tried different things. What we have seen is methylene blue promoted skin proliferation. Vitamin A didn't. Methylene blue has a much better way to combat ROS, this reactive oxygen species in the laboratory by the ROS assay. I just want to be specific. We did ROS, and we didn't see much happening with retinol of vitamin A. So in that aspect, we do see methylene blue outperformed vitamin A in all these tested aspects.
Wow, that's very interesting. And of course, we know that yeah, that's very interesting. Of course, we know that retin A can also make us more sensitive to the sun. And you just said that methylene blue can actually help protect us from the sun. So that's another benefit that it has.
Yeah, and for methylene blue, like our skincare product, we have found it's definitely there are additional components. We are very careful in choosing what are the other components in our skincare line. So the Blue is good for sensitive skin, so we do not have those common effects that people observe with retinol. So there is no peeling, type of things, and no irritation. We actually have worked with an independent third party, did a clinical study on methylene blue's effect on I think 45 individuals, and no report of any irritation happened there. And people do see a reduction in terms of wrinkles and pigmentations.
Wow, so that again is another benefit of it then compared to the gold standard tretinoin, because you don't have to get retinized, you don't have this sensitivity with it. So that's incredible. Now, is your skincare company the only skincare company right now on the market that uses methylene blue? I'm not familiar with another one.
I think so, because we do have a patent to protect us. So the patent is owned by the University of Maryland. So in that patent, so we patented the methylene blue usage in skincare, including all forms of delivery methods like a soap or a lotion or a spray, etc.
That's incredible. Now, are there any contraindications as far as using your products or products containing methylene blue, which we know don't exist right now, but just in case somebody goes out and buys their own methylene blue and smears it on their face, are there any contraindications, anything we need to know, we need to be careful with?
So we do receive customers' email on and off asking us like, what is the concentration of methylene blue in your products? Which, as you probably know, like we cannot really say too much, but I want to deliver the message is, if you want to make your own at home with a favorite lotion, you have to be really careful of the source of methylene blue you get from. You cannot use aquarium based, because as methylene blue is a synthetic chemical, so during the process the purity is a key. So what we have been adding to our skincare line is a farm grade methylene blue, so it's very pure, so it has no other contaminations, hopefully. There are a group of people that are taking methylene blue orally, and there are a lot of people taking methylene blue in different ways. The message I do want to deliver is this: I think that's very important for you to find where the methylene blue come from and how pure is the methylene blue are the key, because it is not an expensive chemical, and we use it in the laboratory.
You just mentioned some people take it internally. What are the benefits of that? I know we're kind of going a bit off subject for as far as skincare, but just briefly, what are the benefits of taking it internally?
I have not done it, but I have done mouse studies. I only talk about what I know. So when we inject the methylene blue to mouse, and there is a life extension, not very much, but by a little bit, observed in animal studies. And I think people are taking it most likely is because of methylene blue has been used in phase 2 clinical trial for Alzheimer's disease. And it is believed to be a chemical that can penetrate the blood-brain barrier and get delivered into the brain and help the neuron cells to act, to function. So on the internet, you will see people saying, I feel my mind is clearer with methylene blue intake, but I do not know. I have not studied it.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, getting back to skincare, can methylene blue or your product, since you are the only company right now selling products with methylene blue, can they be combined with other actives? If somebody wanted to combine it with retin A or vitamin C or alpha hydroxy acids, any other active ingredients?
I can tell you is we did do a study. We combined methylene blue and vitamin C. We have observed a synergistic effect in both of these antioxidants added together. In this case, 1 + 1 is over 2. It's fabulous, especially works well in mature skins. So when we have the skin from the older patients, that they work much better. So based on that research, we developed a product in our line called the Night Plus Plus. So that's a line we have, which has the methylene blue and the vitamin C, and people love it.
I can imagine. But Dr. Kao, this was absolutely fascinating. I had, of course, familiarized myself with methylene blue, and I read a lot of your research, but I wasn't aware of all the benefits it had. So I want to bathe in it now at this point. But I would love to, if that's okay with you, link your products below this video, and maybe we can offer my subscribers a discount if that's possible, if they want to try the methylene blue products.
Oh, it's a great honor. So I have created a coupon code for your audience for all the products in our line. On our website, it's www.bluelink.com.
That is very generous of you. This has been, like I said, really fascinating, and I'm so grateful you came on the channel.
You can email me at drcao@mbluelabs.com if you have any feedbacks.
That's great. Thank you so much for being open to that. And thank you so much for being here.